Hi, welcome to the VAHOMA Podcast, Episode 6. I'm Tim Abbott. With me is Andrew Smith.
Hello.
Brett Phillips, a.k.a. Bert.
Hello.
And Chris Mason.
Hello.
Nice intro there, Chris. I like it.
Yeah.
We usually talk about video games, or we'll talk some other random stuff. Movies, concerts, music, whatever. So this episode, to give you an idea for the people that kind of skip our video game talk and move on to the other thing, it's going to be E3, Destiny, then some concert stuff. We got the Jelly Bean game coming up at the end, which I know
Super
Sitting
excited.
right in front of me, and it's just like...
they're staring at you. They're ready to go.
I think I'll make it.
So, anyways, moving on. Topic 1. It's going to be E3. I showed you guys a bunch of clips and everything from the conferences and stuff along those lines. So, we'll just start with the first video we watched, which was Sea of Thieves. Thoughts? Any questions about that game or what you thought? That's a game by Rare, the creators of
Viva Pinata.
Viva Pinata is one of the ones like things.
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye. Yeah, exactly.
Let's go back.
Yeah, there you go. Going back in the days, but since Microsoft bought them, so it's their new game. It's supposed to be like a big open world adventure type style game. Like all those characters you saw on the boats were all person controlled. So somebody would be on the sail, somebody's driving the boat. Somebody's walking the plank. Any thoughts? Any kind of thing?
I guess the only thing it looks fine. I don't know if I'll just have to see more gameplay if it interests me at all. But at least they're not doing Connect Sports anymore.
They moved on to an actual game.
They're actually doing video games. So
I liked it. It kind of intrigued me. I've kind of always liked pirate games, but one thing that I'm not super sold about, and I've never been sold about, is the MMO style. Like, what if I'm at home at work, I'm off of work and everyone else is at work? Can I actually go in there and do stuff? Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm not going to jump into a world with a whole bunch of scrubs and be like, hey guys, my name's Bert, how, can I play too? That sort of thing.
Like what you would do with Destiny.
I am never going to ever do that.
You can
with
play
people.
if you have a Galahorn.
it starts.
Destiny's response already. That's later, Chris. Wait a minute.
I could not resist. I'm sorry.
There's probably going to
there's going to be, but I'm like Andrew. I got to wait and see what more comes out about that.
Right. It's going to be one of those things. Once we get more details about the story and all the things, it's a 2016 game. That thing's not coming out this year at all. So once we see more, it's probably the next E3, we'll get more an idea of what it is. But it's still intriguing. It's something different from Rare, and it's got a cool art style, I think. So it'd be interesting to see how that works, and if all of us are able to get on a boat and can go.
Yeah, it looks cartoony, but it doesn't look totally ridiculously cartoony like Borderlands.
Right, that's the point.
So it kind of it's a little bit of a change.
Borderlands
of
is not ridiculously cartoony. It was done cell shading intentionally. Kind of like that. The last 4 or 5 Zeldas, they did with that cell shading cartoony look. I'm like, I guess they did it with a
Zelda.
purpose. Yeah, you don't know. I like the look of it. I like the feel of it as far as the fact that yes, all 4 or 5 of us could get on a ship and everybody has their own job to do. Games like that where everybody has their own role to play and that role is important. That role shouldn't be okay, I kind of disagree with what you were saying. I'm like, I don't think you should use AI or other people to step in. And if you have a ship, if say Tim's the captain of the ship and we all have our specific roles that we're going to play, yeah, we can. I like the idea that might happen. Now there needs to be things that you can do by yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you said, none of us are on, so okay, you can't go get on a ship and go sail the 7 seas to do all this, but there should be lots of other things that you can
go explore an island or something.
Yeah, explore the island, do something else, explore other islands in a dinghy or whatever, but to do a sea battle, to go hunt for treasure, like a raid or something like that, that would be on the boat where you would need 4 to 5 people to man it. I think it would take a whole lot away from it if it was, you can hop on and AI bots to man everything else. That's not the point. Having everybody do their own separate role is kind of intriguing.
Yep. Yeah, but that was kind of what I was getting at, but I'm not going to go jump in a game with Joe Random.
Right. But, it's kind of like Titanfall and Evolve, it's one of those multiplayer-owned games.
Right. We'll see where it goes to.
I'm curious. Like I said, it raised my curiosity it did a lot of people.
It looks interesting.
It's definitely on my radar.
Next game was the South Park, The Fractured Butthole.
I just finally saw like how I was thinking like I just saw the title just then on the little thing, and I just was wondering like how they get away with putting butthole in the title on the box.
Yeah. No,
that's
where like that for game for like South Park: The Stick of Truth was. I mean, you basically were playing an episode of the game of the show. Like, I mean, it was spot on accurate to the show, the way it looks, the way it feels, the way they act, the talking, and it's easily the funniest game I've ever played is South Park: The Stick of Truth. Laughing out loud, and they basically go, they stretch the boundaries because they're not limited by TV at this point. So they're able to go one thing. So the fact that, Matt and Trey said that they had the hardest time learning how to make that first game. Mm-hmm. So they said they weren't going to do it again.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, it sounded, what the remarks they were making, they were sounding like they weren't going to try to do another one.
Right.
So I was surprised when...
Exactly. That was the biggest surprise. I mean, Ubisoft opened their press conference with that game. Mm-hmm. And it got a lot of people excited. In fact, they even said at their press conference was that they finally learned at the very end of making Stick of Truth how to make a game. Mm-hmm. And they felt like they had the ability to be able to make the game they wanted. And which is kind of weird considering it's like that game is great, but they seem like they weren't as excited about it, so they're more excited about this game coming out.
So it'll probably be like a lot better all around.
I'm sure it will.
I just have one question. Can you spontaneously combust? Because that's the only episode of South Park I've ever seen.
You can control your farts to stink as like a weapon.
They were, I think that they were holding in their farts and then spontaneously combusting.
Yeah. I can't remember. You as the new kid, you have the ability to use
He's the sheltered one.
Yeah. Yeah, just a smidge. That's why we have birdisms.
It's been years since I've seen South Park. Like I said, the last couple episodes I saw were making fun of like Warcraft.
Yeah, the Warcraft episodes, great episodes.
Yeah, those were pretty good.
But
I never played the first game.
You can play it even if you haven't watched the show. You can still play the game if you know the characters enough, kind of thing. It still goes along. Like
I've watched the first several seasons, like every episode. It's just lost touch because it's not exactly something I can watch with Terry in the room. So
yeah, that's true. So it's so the fact they're making a new game gets me excited. Moving on, we also watched the clip for Gears 4. What's your thoughts of that one? Besides the fact that trailer is extremely dark, and you have no clue what the heck is going on in that thing. It looks cool, but...
I like Gears, but that trailer honestly didn't do anything for me. Yeah. I mean, I'm a Gears fan. I'll be excited to see what else they talk about, but that trailer didn't do anything. So
what they should have done, and I say should have done because I'm an expert at all things, is... Again, like I said, you got Gears 1, 2, and 3. You need something to grab your Gears 1, 2, and 3 people.
Other than
the fact that they are wearing the same armor and they've got a Lancer.
Well, the thing is, it doesn't even look like the same armor because it's
they're
slimmed down. They're not these Hulk guys that have to turn sideways, walk through a door.
And you can see the Lancer, but it actually has nothing to do. What we saw has nothing to do. Now, I'll be much more excited again because not only was Gears different, it was fun. I enjoyed it, but I really enjoyed the story. Mm-hmm. And again, like I'm looking for Marcus Phoenix. You got to have some kind of reference to him. He's got to be in there somewhere. Some of the other characters.
One of the rumors was saying that Marcus Phoenix might end up being like he could be like the new leader of the Resistance, the army, or something.
Right. Like I said, there's a whole lot of possibilities. I'm still out on that one. Like I said, but I'm like Andrew on this. It's the teaser. Okay, Gears 4. The fact there's a Gears 4 and it's called Gears 4 makes me interested, but that trailer, whatever. I mean, it looks like you said it was darker. It looked like that first Gears one.
They're definitely going for the scary more
right, which is cool. I'm down with that. I mean, it's just that, like I said, I am completely uninterested at this point. I'm just morbidly curious.
Yeah.
As a non-Gears fan, I mean, I played 1, 2, and 3, and that as a non-Gears fan, that totally did not do anything for me either.
Understandable.
I like horde mode.
Nice.
It was okay.
Yeah, exactly. Horde mode's fun. Next trailer I watched was Ghost Recon Wildlands, which for me, I like the idea of that game and stuff like that. And it reminded me more of Far Cry. And me and Andrew, like, we did everything possible co-op at the bottom half of that island. Because Far Cry 4, it's the one thing, the island's split, so it's like the top half of the island doesn't unlock until later on in the game. But I never did any of the story mission stuff. I need to do the story mission to unlock the second half of that island. But me and Andrew literally did everything possible in the lower portion of that island. and we had a blast. And seeing like the new Wildlands, where it's a big open world, you can attack the missions how you want to strategize, how you want to feel. It's day-night cycle. So like the stealth mission one that they showed was, if we want to do it stealth at night, we can. If we want to just blow everything up, we can. So it's either the Chris way or the Andrew way. Which way we want to do this. But
I've never played Ghost Recon, but that trailer's making me curious.
Exactly.
That was a good trailer.
It's one thing. I don't know if it's going to play exactly like Ghost Recon, like the other Ghost Recons. I think it's more like a name only. Like, so they're still trying to do their own thing. But it makes me interested. It's going to be a new co-op style.
Did they
show the sniper every time, so I already know my role.
Did they say anything about a single player? Or is it just like, or have they released anything?
And not much about it. That was Ubisoft's like, one more thing. And they showed the trailer. So if that thing sees a light of day in 2016, like, because I mean, most people, they usually do that. One more thing was like Watch Dogs, and it took 2 years for that to come out. It was The Division, which still hasn't even come out. But they did Rainbow Six Siege, and that's coming out this year. So it depends on how you want to do it. Speaking of The Division, that was the next trailer we watched of their multiplayer reveal for it, of entering the dark zone, seeing how when you interact with people, that you really can interact with the people that you run into in that world. And the fact of being able to betray somebody if you need to, or if you want to, or something along those lines, which I'll tell you now, I will not betray any of y'all. We are all good.
Yeah, we can all go on record right now saying we would never betray each other. I want to hear the words from the other two members here.
I will never betray you, Chris.
I will never betray you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
But now, anybody else that goes against us?
Yeah, look out.
Y'all are screwed.
So the only thing about like all these Ubisoft, like Tom Clancy and Splinter Cell and Division, well, I guess the Siege is different in like a strictly more multiplayer centric type.
Oh, Rainbow Six,
matches, set up matches. Like the others are kind of like, just kind of like I guess there's a little bit of a difference, but it doesn't seem like that much really difference initially in the games, really, for me.
I can understand. I can see that. But it's just.
And I'm just not really excited for any of those games, really. I mean, I'm a little bit excited for the Division, just because the whole MMO.
Yeah, the MMO style of the bigger world. It's about getting your gear and looting and searching worlds to get other loot. I wonder who would like a game like that.
As long as there's no grinding. That's neat.
There's less grinding now.
There really is actually less grinding now. But it's still. Anyways, say that for later. The next one we watched was Halo 5. So of course, I'm excited.
Really?
Yeah,
that's a shocker.
No. So it was cool in the fact of that you see more of the story thing. Obviously, you can see the power of the Xbox One coming through and the graphically and all these other things. And they showed a lot with the campaign stuff but it was Locke's perspective and his crew, and they're still searching for Master Chief. And the fact they're keeping that story under wraps makes me very intrigued, and the fact of like where they're going with that story, how is Chief's story going to work out. Other than that, also what they showed was the new multiplayer mode.
Yes. Looks like so much fun.
The war games. I think it's called Warzone. Warzone. War games. Great movie.
To play a game.
Great movie. So with like Warzone, it was it's 12v12, and it's there's AI on the field, so it's kind of like they took their big team battle, made it a little bit bigger, and combined it with firefight. Mm-hmm. And so, in the way it's going to work is that you're supposed to have like two different bases. Each person you have to fight to get control of your base from the AI. Once you do that, then you start unlocking things, and then you start earning credits as you're playing the game. And then as you use those credits to go back to your base, and then you buy a Warthog, or you buy a Banshee, or you buy a Mantis.
Did they? I haven't seen a Scorpion tank in there yet.
I'm sure there's got to be one in there.
I don't know if I
as
saw
big
one.
as that freaking
Sheila
thing
better
was.
come back.
Oh,
You know what? I could blow up the whole. I'm just gonna leave it
Yeah.
there. So that method of multiplayer is a nice spin on it. Where they also said it's one of those things with there being AI characters around the game. Like you don't have to be that one that you might not be very good at multiplayer of going against another individual, but you can still take out AI and you can still help your team.
Yeah, well, it's not just
like
like
in Titanfall.
Right, same
not
idea
just
like
like
Titanfall.
it's not like just regular dumb AI. They have like big bosses that are like tough to take down in like single player, like hunters and the big Promethean guys, which is kind of cool. They're not
Yeah.
just throwing like a bunch of grunts.
And if you're able to take them down, you get rewarded more too.
Yeah.
So it's a cool concept. So
Then there's also
the
like
the other end of the table. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
there's also like you take if you can get far enough like into the enemy team's base, you can destroy their core, and that
Yeah.
like
And
that's a
then
cool thing.
yeah, it's
It's like a
you
bunch
can-
of different games rolled into one.
Yeah, you can actually work your way through and actually take over the whole all the bases, and then wipe out the other team. You take them out. So
I can tell you right now, I am most excited about that game, Halo 5 Guardians. The part I'm most excited about is the
Buck.
single player, and Nathan Fillion is just awesome. So the single player,
You have an unhealthy attachment to him.
yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
dude, my dog's named Cassie, which is for Castle from a Nathan Fillion show. So
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, seriously.
All I know is he was in a series that like did one season and now it's gone.
It wasn't even a season.
Yes.
yeah, they didn't make that
13
far.
episodes.
13 episodes.
But it was the best 13 episodes of.
I'm interested.
Ever.
I'm interested in the
All time.
story. I've played all 4. Unlike you guys, I could care less about the multiplayer.
No. I will also say, multiplayer has gone downhill since Halo 3. Halo 3 was hands down the best multiplayer I ever played.
Yeah, too bad it's broken on Master Chief Collection, but
I'm
A lot of things are broken on the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, lots of
but
things.
Still,
the game plays fine now.
I'm
Yeah.
still somewhat sold that that might be kind of fun to play that the multiplayer, like I said, the Warzone part. But
yeah,
I'm more
I'll
interested.
have-
The trailer,
that's
what the
intriguing.
trailer did for me was intrigued me even more about the story. Because again, it showed, like you said, it showed all of Locke, and I'm like, okay. Again, I have to ask the question: Does anybody know what Master Chief did? Like in the last 4 games, the fact that there are Spartans hunting Master Chief? Like I don't quite understand that, and I'm curious. I'm like now I'm getting angry because I want to find out why.
I
He
think
didn't
that's
I'm like,
separate
why-
his laundry, that's why.
Yeah, I'm like, why are you idiots? I'm like, do y'all not? Because Agent M and myself are playing through the Master Chief collection on Legendary, and we're going through the whole story again, refreshing ourselves before 5. And again, I'm enjoying it, but I'm like, it just reminds me every time. I'm like, you know what? Everybody should just get down on their knees and thank him right now. And instead, they're like, oh, we're going to find him because he didn't bark an order or whatever. I'm curious. And the story had better live up, because the fact that he just didn't obey an order wouldn't be the first time Master Chief disobeyed an order.
yeah.
And to hunt him down like this, it's like, well, this is going to be, like I said, the story is intriguing. And that trailer did a great job of intriguing me even more, because they're keeping that Master Chief part under wraps. And you're seeing Locke and Buck and all them. And if you've played the other Halo games, like I know who those characters are. And I'm kind of stoked that the same voice actors are doing them. I think I'm kind of excited about it.
Yeah, so
I kind of agree with the story, though. I just hope it's a decent.
It needs to be
reason.
big.
Yeah,
It needs to be a big story.
I think that's where they're aiming for that.
And that's why I'm like the Hunt
Yeah.
the Truth podcast thing.
Oh, the Hunt the Truth
I'm
is
just like,
fantastic. In fact, there's a season 2 coming. It's going to lead up right to the
yeah,
launch.
I'm
of-
hoping that'll help clear things up.
After that, we watched the one PS4 exclusive that I actually saved of Horizon Zero Dawn.
It looks so awesome.
And it's, that's what I say. It's hard. That's a game to start explaining, because it seems like you're like, oh, it's tribal with things, and then it's like, oh no, it's
There's
the
big-
world got wiped out, and now there's
giant
no cities anymore, and
dinosaurs
there's
that are
giant
made of-
robot dinosaur
Yeah,
things. Though they're
exactly.
not dinosaurs according to Guerrilla Games.
Oh, really?
They say
What
they're
they
not
call 'em?
dinosaurs. They call them like robo-mech things. I don't know, but it was like
They
let's
look
call
like
them robot dinosaurs.
It looks intriguing.
One thing I can say is it looked
Beautiful.
absolutely gorgeous.
And so that's where you can see. I mean, that's
But after that, I was
gorillas.
like, what? I didn't get anything.
Yeah, I would be looking forward to fighting a giant robo dinosaur with a bow and arrow.
Yeah. So, but she had explosive.
Yeah,
bolts,
that's what I was about to
she
say.
had
There's a lot of
electrical
different.
bolts
There's a
and-
lot of different, like in grappling
Grappling
bolts.
things with the
There's a lot of
ground, it
different
was-
things.
yeah.
It looks like it's
So-
going to at least try to keep everything interesting.
So it makes it
Combat
intriguing.
area.
That's the game's 2016. So who knows where that one was. As far as the PS4 goes, like they showed the other stuff. They showed the Final Fantasy remake.
Ooh.
Which
My hands up,
go-
my hands
go
up,
for
hands up.
for Chris. Yes.
Okay, yes, that's the only thing I wanted to say was Final Fantasy VII. Thank God it is finally coming out. Now, I don't own a PS4, but I would buy a PS4 for that game.
Well, start saving money now because you probably got at least 4 years before that thing sees the
This
light
is
of day.
true, but I'm betting that at some point in time they're going to say, and the Xbox One.
Oh yeah,
That's possible.
I'm very much thinking they're going.
Sony, I mean, that's one thing. They're going to back that and support it, but that would probably see the Xbox One. And right now, it might be an exclusive launch thing or something along those lines. But the fact that the article came out about the fact that the game director for that game didn't know he was the game director for that game makes
Really?
it. You didn't see that?
No, I didn't see that. Where'd you see
He's
that?
working on like Kingdom Hearts or something like that right now. And when he said he saw his game, and it's like as the game director, he was kind of like, "Oh, I didn't know I was."
That's my next project, I guess.
They were asking him about like ideas for what they wanted to do and all sort of
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And a lot of people were speculating that when at their PlayStation conference and the PlayStation Experience in February, that they said, "Hey, we're Final Fantasy VII," but it's just the PC port kind of thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't a true remake.
Yeah.
That this was their response to that news.
So everyone saying what the
So basically, the CG trailer is pretty much like it. They probably haven't started any type of production on that game, so that thing's probably not.
It's
And,
probably like
and
6
fact,
years.
Well, this isn't the first time they did it, but at least they acknowledged and said, okay, we're going to make the game. We're not going to absolutely rip your soul out after showing you something like they did with the PS3 demo.
right. And then the other game that was big that they showed was The Last Guardian, which
Again,
the fact that thing's been shown or talked about, and they showed the thing like 8 years ago.
I was surprised.
it's the new Duke
I
Nukem.
was so...
And the fact that it was 7 or 8 years ago, and the fact that they showed that game, and then they went holiday 2016. So you're telling me another year and a half before this game season? Like, why'd you bother?
They must
telling
have had like scrap everything almost, except
they
for
said
the
that thing
bird
had-
dog.
Well, they said that thing had been gutted multiple times.
Yeah.
But the fact is, like, one, it still looks pretty much like it did on the PS3 demo.
Yeah, it doesn't look that good.
So it didn't look that great. People were freaking out about it, but I wasn't that impressed.
Mhm.
And the thing about it, the fact of like a year and a half from now is when it's supposed to come out in holiday 2016. It's like, why'd you even bother showing it now? Just show it at E3 next year,
Mhm.
and then say, hey, by the way, it's coming out this fall.
Do the
Do a Fallout. We'll get that.
Yeah, we'll get that. later.
Anyways, so now back to the multi thing. Is I showed you guys the Star Wars Battlefront trailer.
That looked really good.
Of the Hoth battle.
Looked really pretty.
So, Codename M is
Technical difficulties.
Sorry, that's
why there's
the
We're
case
having
on it.
technical difficulties.
technical difficulties, and I heard that hit in the mic. So
At least she didn't break a glass in half.
there's a big smike right here in the thing. It's pretty funny. So anyways,
I was less impressed, and I am looking forward to Battlefront. Other than Agent M, probably about it more than anybody. I played the first two, I don't know how many hours. Loved them. Been looking forward to them. Looking forward to it. The things I've heard have made me skeptical. It looks good, but honestly, I remember the Hoth battle from Battlefront 2, and that looked like the Hoth battle from Battlefront 2, just tidied up a little bit. I mean, it looked verbatim. The only thing that was different was the TIE fighters and the X-Wings being low enough, which they said that there's no space battles, but
Correct.
they're going to still give you those vehicles and they're going to fly in the atmosphere.
Mhm.
That's the only thing that's different. You still had the speeders, you still had the trenches, the fact that you could, if you're the bad guys, you could do all the other vehicles. That was kind of cool, but it's still, they showed Vader, they showed Luke going one-on-one. That looked interesting.
Yep.
But again, overall, it was like, yeah, I've seen this before. It was called The Last One. I don't know how many years ago that was.
yeah. So
Basically, it just looks
On
like
the original Xbox. Let me just throw
yeah.
that out there. There's not. To have skipped an entire system generation is kind of ridiculous to begin with. But and I'm not acknowledging any mobile devices at this point. To skip the 360 or PS3 completely and go to this, I'm still hopeful. But again, that trailer did very little other than, hey, it's Battlefront.
Yeah, it kind of just looks like an anniversary edition.
Yeah, like remastered,
Yeah.
redone, which is what I'm hoping this is not. If it's going to be truly, Battlefront 3, then it needs to be Battlefront 3, not, like you said, Battlefront Remastered Digital Collection.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for it. Multiplayer game only, but
Yeah.
we'll see where it goes. I mean, I'm getting it, so
It looks like Star Wars.
the other one I showed you
Did
guys
you-
real quick was of the.
Did you ever play Battlefront 2?
No.
You
I
missed
got
it.
I got my Xbox so freaking
Well,
late, and then
no,
I moved right into the
you missed out
360,
on it.
or Halo,
But when you
and Halo
said-
2 got a hold of me, and
you-
then I was
Yeah,
done.
but you said multiplayer only. The multiplayer has got to be phenomenal. That's what it's missing. Is I don't see anything much different because The thing with Battlefront 2 is it gave you so much to do single player in that game. It's hard to find a single player mode in a multiplayer game, but Battlefront did that nice blend of, hey, you can get on here and play by yourself in this mode, and you don't feel like you're just another cog in the wheel. You feel like you've got a lot more control when you do different things. To scrap all of that means they're putting all their eggs in one basket, multiplayer.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that that's not a good thing, but okay, Evolve.
A lot of people.
Well, the only thing I was about to say
This is not something new. There's a lot of competition for multiplayer only games out there on next gen systems. So
those games have both fallen off off a cliff.
Plus,
Yeah.
a lot of people play for more than just multiplayer.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
So to come out front and say, hey, there's no single player story, no space battles, which a lot of people, were upset about, then you're putting all the focus. Speaking of Final Fantasy, all the focus is now on the multiplayer on that game. So, again, I'm looking for a phenomenal multiplayer in order for it to capture its former glory, and I'm not convinced yet.
Yep, I understand.
I'm just not that big. I mean, I'm a Star Wars fan, but I mean, the only thing that it did for me is that it looks like the sound and just like little sparks coming off whenever the blaster bolts hit something that's on that.
the one question I have: when are they making Star Wars X-Wing available for the Xbox One? That's all I want.
Probably not for a while.
Probably not ever.
Next is I showed you guys Just Cause 3, that gameplay demo thing that IGN had on their site.
So much fun.
You just made me want to go try out that Just Cause 2 that I downloaded a couple months ago for free.
Yeah, it's something I never
have yet to
downloaded.
do
I wish I had downloaded it on my 360. I never did. But it's just watching that where you see the developers are just kind of like, you know what, screw it. Like, it's you want
It's
multiple.
kind of like Saints Row. It reminds me of what Saints Row 3 did. They just said, like, have everything.
Yeah, they were like, we don't care anymore. Just here.
Whoops.
That was his zombie impression of
We played limited time. Agent M and myself did, and I made my own character, and I chose the zombie voice. Mm-hmm. So every dialogue, it was subtitled with a serious conversation, and all you hear is it was hilarious the first 5 minutes, then it really aggravated her because every time it's going on and
Saints Row 3. Saints Row also you can have a zombie voice, I think.
Yeah.
Just Cause 3.
So Just Cause 3, like it was, I like the idea of the explosions, the physics, all these other things.
Mm-hmm.
It really intrigued me to where I'm like, well, I might not buy that day one, but it's on
Or
my
catch it like,
it's on my Amazon wish list, so I have a feeling I'll get it for Christmas.
yeah.
So, the two quick ones was go ahead and throw the Bethesda ones in there, then we can move on to Destiny because we're at 30 minutes already.
The rest 30
Doom,
minutes will be done.
Yeah, Doom and Fallout 4 were the other two that we watched.
Ooh, Doom. That looks fun. That just looks fun. That's all I can
So
say.
you just saw the first, but they had they showed another part after they talked a little bit. They had bigger bigger old boss fights from the Doom series. It just looks like a lot of fun. A bunch more weapons and stuff like that.
That looked intriguing. I remember getting the Metal Case Doom edition on the Xbox, and I thought that was really good, and I enjoyed playing that.
It's basically kind of like where
the movie was awesome. No, it wasn't.
But and then I own that movie on Blu-ray.
I own it on DVD.
I've watched it more than once, so I can't really.
Yeah.
Kicked off the Rock's career.
Sadly, yeah, that's probably true.
No, The Rundown was his kickoff.
Yeah, The Rundown. Good.
Which is a good movie.
Yes, it is.
Because he rock bottomed somebody.
This is thunder. This is lightning. Oh, sorry.
He rock bottoms a dude in Fast and Furious 7. So
Sorry, I hadn't seen Fast Furious 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. Or technically 2. I saw 1.
You don't need to see 2.
Yeah, well, I saw part of Tokyo Drift, and that's why I've never seen another one again.
Oh, I like Tokyo Drift. Here's my. I did.
I like
Wow.
Tokyo Drift.
That was actually the very first Fast and Furious I ever saw.
Every time I see it, I just go, I like them girls. Because it's Tyrese, and he sings, I like them girls.
Yeah.
What was on the radio was, I like them girls from Tyrese. And
The reason I was laughing, I'm trying to figure out how it got from Doom to Fast and Furious. That's why I was laughing. It's like, how did
this is
that...
where we go.
This is how it works.
I mean, it's fine. I'm just curious. How did that happen?
We went from Doom to the movie of Doom with The Rock, and we
Oh,
talked
The
about
Rock.
Fast and Furious
The Rock to
7,
the
which then led
rundown.
him to the rundown. But then he said, I said Fast and Furious 7, you rock bottom the guy,
Okay.
and that led to that.
Okay.
So there you go.
I'm good now.
You got
I'm talking about Fast and
It-
Furious. I can
it
talk
was-
about Fast and Furious all
it was
day.
it's a gets back on track. It was so Doom. It looks,
Go ahead and talk about Fallout.
and then Fallout
And,
4 was the other one. So Andrew, go ahead.
Oh my goodness. Well, judging from the last podcast, you know how much I love Fallout. The fact they just took Fallout and added, it looks like the gunplay is a little bit better. It looks like they tidied that up. The whole crafting system, this is going to be my next Witcher. I can already see it. I'm just going to be like, I mean, I'll play other games, but it'll be primarily whenever Fallout 4 hits.
Yeah.
That's going
Thank you.
to be it.
Okay, yeah, so it's so that was cool. So there's our E3 wrap up. There was some other stuff that got thrown in there too. They had the Black Ops 3 trailer was debuted at PlayStation's conference. There was the new home of Call of Duty,
I
which
saw
is
that coming, really.
that ship is come and gone. Like
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to matter like it did when Call of Duty 4 and Black Ops.
Yeah,
3
it's
and
not
stuff.
that big a deal.
It's not anymore. So Sony's just kind of like reaping the benefits. Microsoft's like, we're done. It's cool.
Yeah.
You can have it. We don't
Yeah,
care
thanks to
anymore.
the last two Call of Duties, that, like you said, that ship has sailed.
Yeah. So it's so you had those things, and then I'm trying to think if there's anything else that was really shown that was kind of like wow or kind of thing. It was a good conference though. I mean, it's cool seeing like a bunch of games and stuff that's coming.
I mean, there were no real bombs. Like everyone had a pretty good conference, which is pretty
the
good.
biggest bomb that was dropped was backwards compatibility from Microsoft.
Well, I was talking about like bombs as in someone Wonder Book.
Yeah.
That kind of bomb I was talking about.
I got you. Like just drop the
Yeah.
ball and then like
But
spend
I'm
30
saying
minutes.
everyone had a
doing-
really good.
Everything was solid. So
Right.
good conferences. I'm sure they're on YouTube. Go watch them if you're interested. So now that we're done with that, let's go ahead and get to the Bert and Chris topic of the day of Destiny.
I'm gonna go ahead and
And
take a quick nap.
the biggest thing,
Just a little tired.
and I guess the biggest thing we were going to talk about was the weapon nerf that is coming across the board. Like,
Well, it's
Chris
not
was
just a
very
nerf; it's weapon tuning because not
Sorry,
everything's getting nerfed. But
True. The auto rifles are thankfully getting a buff.
yeah, auto rifles
Yep.
are getting a buff.
Now that I've dismantled every single auto rifle I've ever owned except one Suros regime.
Well, that's wrong with you. I love auto rifles.
Pulse
'cause it's so
rifles
easy
are
to
getting a
find.
little bit of a buff.
I hate pulse
Scout
rifles.
rifles
I
are
didn't
getting a
use
bit
it when I
of.
played.
What they're doing is they're making a lot of the distance perks. They're changing the perks and how they work, which again is fine and dandy. It's an overall change for basically the whole weapon sets. So is it going to change the way you play? It could. Everything's going to get. I mean, like I said, there's just too much to go through. I'm not going to go through the whole list, but the biggest things that have a lot of people up in arms, including myself, is the exotic weapon tuning, where they've gone specifically after certain exotics.
And some that didn't even need to be touched. So
Yeah.
it's-
So again, let's start with the word exotic. Okay, that's exotic means it's special. It means it's different. Okay, so what they're doing with Galahorn, which is the first major topic we're going to hit, which is the most coveted rocket launcher in the whole game. It's the most coveted weapon pretty much in the whole game. Is the Wolfpack rounds are going to be doing less damage. They're nerfing it. My problem with that is the logic that everybody seems to be acknowledging is that because raids and things like that, people are being excluded because they don't have a Galahorn. So in order to do that, fix that, Bungie's decided, hey, we're going to punish everybody that has a Galahorn because we don't want you to do that. Shame on you. Slap the wrist. Slap the wrist. You shouldn't do that. You're going to play the way we want you to play. Okay, number one, I cannot think of one single time I've ever gotten that invite that said Galahorn. You got to have a Galahorn. Got to have a Galahorn. No, I get invites all the time that say be a level 32 or higher or 30 or higher, whatever the cap is. But I have not seen any of those. So to say the community asked for this, I think is a bit of a stretch. I'm not going to say it's a lie, but I think it's a bit of a stretch because there's too many people, who don't have a Galahorn who would never go for this. So if you're only going for people who have Galahorns that are the ones that are the problem with this, then why are we going after those criers and trying to just get me fired up?
Yeah, that seems kind of dumb.
And the other part about this is they're taking a good gun and they're
making it less special. They're not making it
They're
exotic.
taking an exotic gun and they're making it legendary.
Exactly.
as opposed to taking something else and bringing it up.
Yeah.
Like who has used Dragon's Breath since the first week they bought one from Xur?
It looked
no
cool.
one.
It looked cool in the video.
It looks cool on
and
your
then
back.
you got it, and you got
but
it.
you can't use
and
it
that's
because
it sucks.
it's dumbfire.
It sucks.
Give
It's an exotic that sucks. There's
Yeah.
lots of exotics that suck that we don't ever use anymore. Give them
No Land Beyond.
Yes, but you know, like we said before, give
I don't know most of the names of the weapons.
basically take another exotic rocket launcher and give it a little tweak.
give
it an extra perk. Give it something. I'm not saying make it stronger, but instead of dumbing down the most coveted weapon in the entire game, so that every player who now on gets it gets a nerfed version, and every player who has gotten it is going to get mad because they don't, that's not going to do as much damage. It's still going to be the number one rocket launcher, but that's not okay. It's not okay. Oh, it'll still be the number one rocket launcher used, and that's still not okay. The fact that you're doing this because it's not overpowered. It's simply, we're playing the game you gave us with what you gave us.
Yep.
And the other part of that is not just Galahorn. A couple of nice things.
Yeah, it's like before you get off the Galahorn,
yes.
take Dragon's Breath and give it limited tracking. Don't give it great tracking, but give it a little
limited
bit
tracking.
So you can still
or do
hit
something
Crota
with
if he
Truth.
starts to move.
I still think Truth is a really good
Truth
rocket
is
launcher,
great.
and
No.
the looks are cool, and it's been around just as long as Galahorn has.
Truth is phenomenal.
Do something with
I've been
that.
blown up by that one quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I've blown
Yeah.
up myself too because of the proximity.
Yeah,
But do something else with some of the change it up that way instead of, hey, we've heard a couple people crying and whining about this, so since the community asked for it, we're just going to dumb everything down. It's so silly.
And see, the other thing is that Xur's actually going to sell Dragon's Breath, whereas we've already been told that Galahorn is never ever going to get
It's the
sold.
unicorn. Now it's not a unicorn.
Well, you saw that when Xur, was it last weekend, he didn't have a weapon, and everyone's like, oh, he's having a glitch kind of thing. Well, somebody had posted a picture where they were on, right when Xur got there, and he had Galahorn in his queue. And so Bungie responded by making sure and taking Galahorn out of that.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, but now Galahorn's not going to be as coveted.
Yeah.
It's not going to be. If you got people out there who have been played, I know it's hard to believe, longer than I have more hours built into
This is
it.
true. I've seen the people. They play on tag.
But yet they probably don't have a Galahorn. And that's by the only reason that they do play the Night Falls and stuff, because they're still looking for Galahorn. And now they may not look as hard. So again, you've sacrificed those people, the people that have been there with you, because a couple of people got angry because they were excluded. They got a message from somebody saying, come play with me, but only if you have a Galahorn. And they got mad and stomped their feet. Ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous and spineless. So Bungie has, I'm not going to say I'm walking away from the game, but Bungie has aggravated me with this, and there's just no defense. There's no defense for that, and there's no defense for the icebreaker.
That
None.
one is annoying.
Defend it. I dare you. Anybody in this room or anybody listening to this podcast, defend the fact that what they're doing to Icebreaker. Defend it. Anybody?
I don't know.
What's happening with Icebreaker?
Icebreaker?
What's Icebreaker?
What's an icebreaker?
Icebreaker is that exotic sniper rifle that it regenerates
Refills its
own
ammo.
ammo. Oh, okay. Great sniper rifle.
Okay.
It refills its shots, one bullet every 5 seconds. Well, now they're making it one bullet every 8 seconds.
Because they said everybody's done it. We've all sat back and sniped on the corners. I'm like, this is the great thing about the game you created for us. You said, hey, go on this mission with a fire team of 3. Hey, go on this raid with a fire team of 6. Beat it. And you know what? Stop telling us what to do. You know what? You make the hardest, most ridiculous things in Destiny. And you know what? The community still finds a way to beat it. And as a team, you want us to play as a team. Guess what? We are playing as a team. But sometimes I get on this Destiny and I play by myself. So the logic was, well, we want you to do something. We want you to switch to your sniper, to a scout rifle or something while you're waiting for your ammo to come back. I'm like, no, you're just going to aggravate me even more while I'm waiting for my ammo, because I'm still going to wait for the ammo to come back.
You're just going to run off farther away.
Now,
So you don't
Icebreaker is
have to
not the
deal with
only gun I use. I have 3 characters and 3 Icebreakers. It's one of the most used guns in the game that I use. But I have a whole slew of secondary weapons that I use, given on the situation, given what burn is on, what have you. It's not the end-all, be-all like a Galahorn is. Like they think, okay, run with Galahorn. No, I switch it up all the time, but it's just nice. The overall problem with the weapon tuning is that they are making adjustments that they don't need to, that they don't have to. Those are 2 good examples. Another example, Thorn.
Thorn need to be messed with.
No, Thorn does not need to be messed with because they've already proven they can mess with something in PvE and not mess with it in PvP and vice versa. So I don't play a lot of Crucible, so I know that's one of the most used weapons in Crucible, 26%.
It was 26%, and they noticed was using Thorn.
And that's fine. So they needed to make a tweak, but which I kind of agree, kind of disagree, but maybe if I had been killed 1,000 times by it, I might be stronger feeling about it. But don't mess with it because it's an exotic. It's not one that drops. It's not one that Xur sells. It's one that you actually have to do an exotic bounty to get. So again, you earn this weapon, but what happens is that, hey, we're just going to dumb it down. So again, I did all this work to get this weapon, and now you're going to dumb it down because...
Yeah, the biggest thing they're doing is at least they're making where the distance matters now. I don't feel like I'm being sniped by a Thorn halfway across the map. It's the same distance as a sniper rifle, and I'm being hit by Thorn, and it's doing the exact same amount of damage as if I was close.
Yeah,
that's annoying.
Yeah.
And it's like when I know somebody probably like blind fired hit from across the map and managed to hit me while I was jumping through the air or something along those lines, and it was annoying being like, well, I've been killed by Thorn, I've been killed by Last Word, I've been killed by Party Crasher. Okay, cool. Completed the trifecta of the weapons that everybody uses in multiplayer. So I'm still running around with my Suros, and I'm like, I should get like bonus points because I'm actually getting kills with auto rifles.
Well, like you mentioned the Last Word, they're reducing the base damage and stability on both because again, okay, so I challenge your logic with that because okay, you're saying that's the top 3 guns that are getting killed by. So you said those are the top 3 guns that need to be nerfed, right?
No, Thorn was the one. Last Word, whatever.
Okay, but even then,
Thorn was the one.
Okay, so what happens next week when Thorn gets replaced by the Necrochasm as the number 1 gun? Are we going to just nerf that now because everybody's mad because that's the 25% being killed gun? You see, it's the logic behind it that I have an issue. I don't have so much an issue of what they're doing with that. It's the logic is flawed. It's we listen to the community, but the community's always going to complain. The community's always going to have a complaint. It's well, you're trying to satisfy the majority. No, you're not trying to satisfy the majority because you're trying
minority.
Yeah, you're satisfying the people who are playing Crucible. Is what you're doing.
They're trying to get the weapon balance right for Crucible, and it's one of those things that it's.
But why do you have to do it for PvE as well?
Exactly, that's the problem. Like for me, I mean, Bungie's coming from, especially their last games of Halo and stuff along those lines. They're coming from where everybody starts with the same battle rifle, everybody starts with the same DMR, everyone starts with the same whatever auto rifle.
Yeah,
like, it's always the same. So they balance the weapons, the one weapon, and they mess with it. Now they have all these weapons that they've created, and all of them can be used in multiplayer. And so now they're feeling like they're like, oh, this is a really cool concept, and it's really cool for PvE, but then they don't realize what effect it might have in PvP. And so when they start seeing like Thorn, like the burn was probably like to help take out whatever boss they were fighting or something along those lines.
Yeah, but see, I don't use Thorn. I've never used Thorn. Thorn has become obsolete as far as PvE.
Right.
And it sucks. So it now sucks even worse. So why did I go through all that trouble to get this exotic gun? You've made the exotic less exotic.
My thought process for that though is it's like at this point, this is a dumb concept and they'll probably never do it. But it's like Bungie needs to have where they have Crucible weapons and PvE weapons. And then they can worry about just balancing the Crucible weapons for Crucible use and use in the Crucible, and then PvE can be used for PvE type stuff. Now you can have similar type weapons or something along those lines, or make like it's the same auto rifle, but just call it like an auto rifle S, and it doesn't have whatever special perk it had or whatever along those lines. No burn or whatever it is. Just so you can have something balanced for Crucible without having to affect the PvE people. Is there are PvE people and there are PvP people?
Yeah, there's a happy balance between the two, and something similar to what you're suggesting is sounds like it would be what I would be suggesting, the same kind of thing. Because I would like to see the stats on that they put all these stats on there for the Crucible. Well, they didn't mind pulling the Gallahorn stat for that. Well, pull the Gallahorn stat for PvP. Yeah. It's a rocket launcher. All you need is a rocket launcher. I hardly ever get killed by.
I never get killed by Gallahorn in PvP.
No, because there's a whole lot more difference. So again, let me see the stats on Thorn.
Truth is a much better rocket launcher for PV.
Yeah, it is. If you get the ammo. But again, show me the stats on Thorn in PvE. I guarantee you it's barely used. Right. So again, if it's up here and down here, it's not leveling it out. It's bringing this down, but it's dropping this even further. It's not a level playing field. They're dropping one level, but they're dropping the other one even further. And that's all I got to say about that.
Are we actually finished with the
Yes,
Destiny
yes, I'm not going to go.
Wow.
Because we got jelly beans to get to.
We got jelly beans to do. Okay. So, do we want to do jelly beans next or do the concert next? What do you
Let's
guys want?
briefly do the concert. I think we should. The finale will be the jelly beans.
Okay. So we'll do this. Hold on. First, the 3 games I've completed since we last talked. Because last time, Batman Arkham Knight came out. Everyone was like, "Ooh, Batman Arkham Knight." You know what I played? Lego Jurassic World. And
I'd probably prefer to play that over.
that game was actually really cool. As far as like, that was the first Lego game I completed. I'm a big Jurassic Park fan, and the fact that they managed to fit all 4 movies and do it like in a Lego style, so it could be funny, and
Really?
like the opening scene in Jurassic Park, like when the guy's being attacked by the raptor and he gets his arm ripped off.
Yeah.
Well, they have him. He had like a piece of sausage, and like he gets attacked, like and this raptor steals his sausage. And it was just the little clever ways of doing that they did. It was really cool and really interesting. I also beat The Order 1886. It's a PS4 exclusive. I got it for $11. So I can see after playing it where anybody that paid $60 for the game would have been mad. Whereas paying $11, gorgeous game. Story was really cool. But it seems like they kind of forgot how to make a game, or forgot they needed to make a game around this world and the story that they built. But the gun control played well, but it was so random. Like you'd have like a match where it's 16 chapters, but like chapters 2 and 3 might be cutscenes.
Yeah, that's weird.
And then like you'll have like this one like long scene where it's just nothing but, it's like the shooting thing, and then it's like and then they have a mission that's an hour long. So it's all over the place. But they managed to bring that down, continue the story. I'm on board. It's a cool game. And then the other one I played was Her Story on my iPad.
So what is Her Story?
Hey. So what Her Story was, it's from the guy that made Silent Hill Shattered Memories, I think is what it's called. The guy that made that made this game. And basically it is a full motion video. And all it is you're basically like at a computer terminal, and it's full motion video of this actress. She's being where she's playing a character. The girl, Her Story, Hannah. She's being interrogated by the police, and it's her husband had been murdered, and so it starts with like the keyword murder, and it shows like these 5 videos. So then you watch each video and you pick up clues, and she'll say like, "Oh, my husband's Simon." So then you're like, "Okay, well." Simon. So then you search Simon, and it pulls up videos of Simon. And then you watch those videos, and then you slowly start winding your way down until you eventually find out what the story happened. And there's all these cool theories out there, but the game ends, and it's like, it only takes about an hour to play. It's $5 on the
Sounds
iPad.
like fun, though.
It was really
It's
intriguing.
different.
It's definitely different. It's basically like, this murder happened in 1994. So
it's based on a real murder?
No, they have it set to to be like in 1994,
Okay.
and so it's this old videos, and it's like it's fragmented. So, but it's like she's been interrogated on 7 different days, and it's fragmented around, and it's a really clever game that for $5 you can buy it on your iPad, or if you pay attention and see it on sale or something along those lines, it's really worth playing. It takes about an hour and a half to play. But it's really intriguing. The story's really cool. Once you find out what happened, you're like, oh, okay.
Sounds like fun.
And so it's really neat. So I just think it was really cool. I just wanted to throw that out there. If you guys who are listening to this, you got $5, you got an iPad or a PC. I think it was on Steam. Definitely check it out. It's really cool. So now, concerts, go for it.
You passed my phone. I forgot the list. There's like bands. If you want to go ahead, Chris.
Go, Chris.
Last concert I went to was a couple of weeks ago. It was the Lindsey Sterling concert in Charlottesville, and it was awesome. Like I said, I haven't been to a concert in many years, and it was for Agent M's birthday. We went to go see it, and it was amazing. Like I said, if you guys who don't know who Lindsey Sterling is, she's basically a dubstep violinist. She basically takes a violin, plugs it into like an electric amp, and does dance music.
I like her work. It's
high impact dance music, video game themes, covers, things like that. She's gotten really popular the last couple of years, so she was actually so awesome in concert. Some people you go see it changes greatly. It was like I was watching her videos. She was up there dancing. We had a great time. She did several songs, basically every song we could have wanted to hear. She has 2 albums out, and she basically hit almost everything on both albums. The coup de grace was the video game music. She said she always does a video game theme, like one of her songs at every place she goes. Well, this time she couldn't decide where to go, so she decided to go ahead and do a medley of all of them.
Oh, wow.
And I'm talking like Legend of Zelda, Skyrim, all those. And then, of course, I texted Tim when it happened, but she did the Halo theme, which to hear the Halo theme on electric violin in an amphitheater was
I watched a video
pretty awesome.
I watched a video for
to
that.
hear to hear it that live, it was pretty awesome. So it was a really good time. I'm definitely gonna have to go back and see her again next year when she comes back around. She's busy on the go. So again, been many years since I'd been to a concert, so I was pleasantly surprised by how well that was done.
Very cool, Andrew.
Well, I went to Mayhem Fest this year and managed not to get sunburnt.
Manfest?
Mayhem.
Okay, I thought
Mayhem.
Manfest. I was like, is there a lot of bacon there and beer and?
There was beer.
That sounds like a Manfest right there.
That'd be awesome. A lot of different bands. Headliners were Slayer, King Diamond, Hell Yeah, and Devil Wears Prada. King Diamond was awesome. So was Hell Yeah, but I'm met on Slayer. That's just me. I know that surprises a lot of people, but then Whitechapel, Thy Art Is Murder. I mean, it was just a heavy, awesome,
Heavy metal concert.
like heavy. Like I've what they have a tent for the soundboard or whatever, like in the middle, like where the crowd is, just so whoever's controlling the sound has a good spot to like listen to it. And 2 separate occasions where I think it was Thy Art Is Murder. He says, tell everybody to do a circle pit around the tent, and I have a video of like probably like 25, 30 people just doing like a little circle pit around this tent. But that was cool.
That still makes me speaking of Circle Pit. So since you concert things, I'm talking about that. It was when we went and saw Trivium, and Amy went with us, my girlfriend at the time. And so we're in Norfolk, and we're up in the balcony, and we're seeing Trivium, and he's like, and she's watching. She's not a heavy metal person at all, and all this other stuff. So for it to be a circle pit. He was like, I want to see a circle pit, mother.
Yeah.
And then the pit to start. And it was just funny seeing her reaction to that and her being like, are they fighting?
Yeah, I remember that.
And for her just to go, no, they are. I said, that's our way of dancing, is how I basically described it.
Yes.
So we're going to take a real quick pause as our esteemed friend Chris Mason just left. And we will come back and do the Jelly Bean game, and then we'll call it quits. So we're just going to take a break real quick. Hey, we're back. Okay, cool. Chris had to say goodnight to his son. So
yeah, I had to tell him goodnight, so sorry I had to step out for a minute.
So, hey, but considering the power of editing, this is just, it's all of a sudden just done. So you didn't even notice.
It's like I was never gone.
1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. For people that are wondering, that was me syncing the video for this because
Tim has a condition; he'll just spontaneously
Spontaneously
count to 3 and then
just-
count back down to
yeah,
1.
it's just what I do. It's just syncing for the video. It makes it edit the thing a lot freaking easier. I found out like last time I was trying to do that.
How's my hair? Is it messed up at all?
Oh yeah, sure, it looks great.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Perfect.
Yeah, you look
Looks
good.
perfect.
So
So of
your
course,
makeup up a little bit,
Okay,
though.
all right.
so this part's going to be on
Yeah.
our YouTube channel. So you can check us out there when you see the video portion of this. So Chris, what we are doing the Bean Boozled Jelly Bean game, where it's either something tastes good or something tastes terrible. It depends on
And I
don't
am
know.
not liking the odds on this.
So it's gonna be fun. I did this last week with my brother's birthday, and I got every single bad one possible. So my record is either I got them all good, or I get them all terrible. So we're gonna find out. So the box I got though of the big fancy one, it comes with a little spinner.
Shall I?
So code M if you want to focus there. Show us see the spinner there. So Chris, you're going to spin it, and unless it lands on the black licorice one, because we're going to save that one for last.
Yes. Because that's a lose-lose, period.
Yeah, it's terrible either way. So go ahead and let's just give us a spin. and see where we're gonna land on here. And it spins
And we are on the white jelly beans, which would be coconut or baby wipes.
Or baby wipe. So,
Well, that's a lose if I hate coconut.
So
Yeah.
pick your poison, gentlemen.
Somebody hand me one because I can't reach that freaking far.
Maybe.
Hand or throw, one of the two. So good luck, fellas. 1, 2, 3. Oh yes.
Wait.
Think about baby wipes. It's not that bad.
Nope, that was baby wipe.
No,
Baby wipe.
Baby Boy's pretty good.
It tastes like they smell.
That's not bad at all.
I'm tasting powdery fresh.
Yep. It's the powder. You
I
taste
know
the
that
powder.
talcum smell.
Yeah. it's that. Woo!
I didn't know it had a taste, but there it is.
Yeah, now you know.
I know that smell well. Did you ever see that picture of Terry on Facebook where he got into the powder? Mm-hmm. He was at young age where we lost track of him for like 2 minutes. We're like, okay, that's not good. Where is he? And then he's in there just going to town with the powder everywhere. It's worse things to spread all over the room.
Yep. Okay.
I'm okay with that. I'm actually okay
It
with
was a
that.
spin.
All right, this is...
We're gonna do all these at some point though.
Yeah.
So.
Next up is the lime green, not the speckled, which would be lime or lawn clippings.
Yeah, hand me one, please. Thank you.
Well, I should be able to tell right away if I got lawn clippings because I am the youngest out of 7 children. So
So you ate
with
grass
four,
a lot?
with 4 older brothers, I know what grass tastes like.
1, 2, 3.
No spitting out either. You gotta man up.
That was grass.
Yeah.
I
Grass.
Lime.
am 2 for 2 on
Nope.
being bad. This is not good for me.
And so am I.
I got
I'm
lime.
good. I got
Grass.
lime.
I should ask what Terry what this tastes like because he eats grass for some reason. Randomly catch him over there just like a cow.
Give us another spin, Chris.
All right, give me a second. I'm working on it. It's still in
come
my teeth.
on. Wah.
I don't want to combine grass clippings with like
Barf?
barf or something.
Well, hey, you know.
Not looking forward to that one.
Yeah. No, my luck, I am not gonna. This is not gonna go well for me.
All right, that one is the green speckled, which would be juicy pear or booger.
Woo! Okay. Let me hand me one. Por favor. I can't reach that far. Thank you. So I got like 8,000 things around me. Mm-hmm. Hopefully this is sounding better for anybody that's listening to this. Please let me know. Because I got my fancy new mixer. And I'm excited if I get to use it. Yeah, exactly. So, 1, 2, 3.
Blah.
Yep, that
Nope.
was the booger one.
Ah,
What's this supposed to be?
Booger. Or juicy pear.
Yeah, tastes alright to me. It doesn't taste like a pear.
shut up.
Oh.
That-
Yeah.
You at least know what's coming. I don't.
That's just.
That one's nothing compared to some of the other ones that are coming. So,
I think now we're getting to the territory where it actually like.
All right, Agent M, I may need a bottle of water here in a minute.
That must have been the pear.
yeah. If you, yeah.
Unless you ate
that one
boogers
actually
when you were a
tastes-
kid,
That
Yeah.
one actually tasted more like grass clippings, if
Again.
you ask me.
This is oddly familiar, but I would have to defer to my son for this flavor.
So, okie dokie. Chris?
Hang on. Thank you, Agent M.
Codename M.
I don't know what y'all's problem is. I haven't taken a sip yet.
Really? You gonna go there?
We'll just wait till you get one of the nasty ones.
That's gonna have to be another spin. All right. So this would be the yellow, light colored yellow, which would be the top left, which is buttered popcorn or rotten egg. And speaking as somebody who's had the popcorn jelly bean years ago, it was not good.
I was about to say, I didn't think they were that good.
I had one because we bought some jelly beans at the candy store.
Well, guess who's had the rotten egg one? You'll want the buttered popcorn one. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm sure, but again, this is. What didn't you? Where's the cherry? Is there not a cherry one?
No.
Oh.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Please. Son of a...
I almost threw up.
God, why do I get every bad one?
All right, I will take a sip after this one.
Ow.
Wow, like as soon as you bite into it, it just...
You instantly know you got the wrong one. Oh. That hurts so much.
Yeah, that was definitely rotten egg.
You got it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
How did you not react from that? Because I had a gag reflex. That was...
I will admit, I almost did have a gag reflex. When you were like, I almost threw up from that. That's when I was like, yep.
Yeah, Okay. Well, Chris, spin
I
again.
don't want to.
We gotta spin again. Well, we're just going to keep moving then.
No, you know what? Stop. Just give me a second, okay?
It's only...
Can we go back to baby wipes?
Yeah, baby wipe
Baby wipes
is
wasn't
Well,
that
here,
bad.
was not bad.
Here, just do we'll do the blue one there. Do the blue one next. That
We
one's
gotta do
fine.
all of them eventually. We might as well just go ahead
Yeah,
through.
that one's a toothpaste or blueberry or whatever.
was nasty.
Oh, I don't like blueberry.
It's either
That was just...
What about cat hair?
that was berry blue or toothpaste is our flavor choice.
How... Oh, that...
That was awful.
1, 2,
that was
3.
awful.
Oh, I'll get the good one of that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
That tastes good.
tastes
Oh,
like Colgate.
There's Colgate. I got the berry blue one tastes good.
Yeah, it does.
Minty fresh.
Oh man,
Your face doesn't
that's the first time I got the good one of that.
I'm actually using it to cleanse my palate. I've chewed everything on this side of the mouth, and it's like I can feel it eating away at my teeth right now.
So
All right, so what? We got 4 left.
We got the brown one, which is
We got that one, this one, and
yeah, black one's last.
Let's just do this.
Yeah, we'll do the brown one right now.
that one's either chocolate pudding or something else.
dog
Canned
food.
dog food.
Oh.
Oh, God. Okay.
It's not. Since you've
Can I
had
take
rotten
another
eggs, this
blue one?
is- Yeah, the blue ones we're going to save for when someone gets skunk spray. They're going to want the blue ones.
No matter what.
Which
Yeah.
one's skunk?
Heck,
black.
I would even take the baby wipe one.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3.
Dog food.
Add dog food.
Thank God, chocolate pudding.
I am not doing well. I'm not looking forward to doing the last ones.
That guy tastes like butter pecan ice cream.
That would be chocolate pudding.
No, that would be the dog food. I got the dog food. It tastes like butter pecan ice cream.
So you're saying butter pecan ice cream tastes like dog food?
Apparently. Like when you get the pecans that are actually in the
They're
ice cream.
pecans.
Pecans, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, don't do that. It's pecans.
That's exactly what it tastes like, is the pecan
Pecans.
out of the,
pecan pie.
like, Briars.
Yeah. Pink one. Somebody hand me one. Hey,
I was
Joe,
waiting for
I'm,
them
not, I'm
to.
not liking your odds that everyone you give me has been
Well,
bad.
I'm getting bad ones too, so it's not that I'm getting the good ones.
Alright. 1, 2, 3. Well, it's either Tutti Frutti or Stinky Sock.
That's a sock.
I got Bubblicious.
I got some Tutti Frutti on Rudy.
That's a sock.
That's a sock. I am not liking my chances.
You've only gotten one good one, and that was the blueberry.
Yeah, I got the easiest one of all of them.
See, we were having the same. Well, I think I got the good one from Long Clippings, but
All right. So we have not done the orange, and then
That's peach and
barf.
barf.
Oh my gosh. All right. So far, rotten egg has taken the cake.
Rotten Egg is the worst one, but we're getting the last two of the worst, so we're getting ready to do. So,
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
There's one.
oh god, I wish I'd had somebody else hand me this. 'Cause that would have been my.
You want to trade? Here, I'll
No,
trade you this
no, I'm
one.
good. I'll take this one. This is not gonna go well. I can already tell this is gonna be bad. I got a feeling.
Can you smell it? Does it help?
No, it's got that shell. That's not gonna help you. This is not. Oh god.
Yeah. It's a peach or barf.
Peach
There
or
should
barf?
be a.
Why would
Distinct-
somebody do that to another person? Make a barf jelly bean.
Who came up with the idea of putting some of these things together and then making a sick and
Thing
sadistic
is,
game
someone had
out
to
of it?
taste- Someone had to taste test it too. Imagine those
Yeah.
poor people.
I don't know. I blame Tony for showing me this stupid game. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh,
Thank
son
you.
of a...
Thank you. I got the good stuff.
It tastes just like the rotten egg.
Oh, I got the
Yeah, I'm
peach.
definitely taking
Oh
that.
God! I can smell it.
I'm glad I didn't get that one. That's honestly, that was the one that I was hoping I would not get.
God. I won't play anymore.
Nope, you got one left.
I don't-
that's
I'll
right,
bring
Tim.
the towel. I'll bring the towel over and I'll let you.
Tim, this is the third time you've played this game, isn't it?
The third time. The first time was fine. I guess I got all the good ones. The last time was all bad, and this has been all bad minus the
All right, I'm
toothpaste
gonna
one.
let you.
Chris.
You can get your
Good
own.
grief, Chris.
I'll grab my own one here. I'm feeling that one. That's what I'm feeling.
Okay, can you just wait a second? What is your hurry?
I got. Okay, if you want.
You wait, just
Okay.
wait a second.
Yeah, that one was not pleasant.
Oh, God. Bert, here's your phone.
Oh.
God. Ow.
All right.
Ow.
Our happy,
I just
jovial
don't-
attitude has changed here. Our
Everything
atmosphere is not
changed.
good.
Everything just changed all of a sudden. It's just... Oh. I had...
I'm glad.
I'm rethinking lunch now, dinner.
Yeah, the pizza is not cooperating all of a sudden. This is... Oh.
Okay,
Is that worse than the
yes.
rotten egg?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm glad I didn't get that one.
The rotten egg
Actually,
is...
to
is
me, they were kind of similar, really.
It tasted like the smell. I mean, that's
Yeah.
all.
It's exactly...
You know exactly what I mean if I say that.
Ugh.
You know,
It tastes like
whole,
it smells.
The whole when you walk by somebody and you smell that, it's like, ooh, I don't want. I can't smell that because I might. Okay, that's that. That's that smell. That is that taste of the smell. Oh my gosh!
Okay.
It will haunt my dreams forever.
Well, Chris, wait until if you get a black one that's terrible, then you'll find out.
You know what? I said I was going to finish this, so I'm going to finish it.
You're the one that suggested this idea.
You know
You're
what?
like, oh, the Oklahoma guys, we got to see them suffer, so they should be able to see us suffer. You're the one that said
You know
that 2
what?
months ago.
It was a lot funnier when I was watching them do it. Okay, I just want to say
This was your idea?
It was his idea.
Yes, it was my idea. I thought
He's
it
the
was
one that made me
fun.
thought it was like, oh, it would be fun.
And you know what? You were the one that was like, you know what? That just sounds like a great
I did say,
idea.
well, actually, at the same time, it was a great because I got all the good ones last time, so I didn't understand how terrible this was. I know now, and I still have 3 more boxes of these things. So,
Nope.
Yeah, remind me to be out of town that week.
Yeah,
you
sure.
know what? It's worse because you don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
It probably wouldn't be as bad another time, but because we don't know what to expect, like, oh, it says barf. Well, how bad could it be? Oh my god. The fact, like you said, that they nailed it.
Yeah,
It's
that-
exactly like you think it is.
whoever's at Jelly Belly that created these things are evil people.
They should be put in prison.
But at the same time, they got to be really freaking smart. The idea of like, okay, how do we make barf
What
into a
kind
jelly
of
bean?
chemical combination, flavor combination could taste like barf?
Yeah. How'd that
You
come
know,
up in a
how do
meeting?
And then
Come on.
someone ate it to see if it tasted
And
like it.
you know what? It was probably somebody like Bert, because he's gotten all the bad ones. He's just like, yeah, wasn't bad.
Yep.
Yeah, it's barf.
And I'm like,
No.
we're down on
Yeah.
our knees, like, oh god,
No.
make it stop.
The egg one and barf were not pleasant.
You're being videoed, so you're just going to put up that tough face. 'Cause you know-
Exactly. He's trying to be all hardcore.
But seriously, the
Hard.
dog food one, it seriously tasted like butter pecan ice cream.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Anyways, get your black one. Everybody got a black one?
Unfortunately.
Chris, do you have a black one? Okay, I see it in your hand.
Yes. That sounded like a racist comment.
I can already tell this one's
Sorry.
skunk.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
I don't want to crunch it. I don't want to. Can I swallow it whole?
Licorice.
Licorice.
Oh, thank goodness.
I have. I can
Oh,
say
I can
I have.
smell that.
I
Oh.
have never been so thankful for a black licorice jelly bean in my life.
That was not
It will.
licorice.
It will no longer be the black sheep
I'm
of
gonna
the
need
bag.
water or gum, something.
Eat a blue one.
A blue one. That's why they gave us more blue ones.
Oh,
Okay, water just made it worse.
Oh.
oh. Okay, well,
Score 1 for the good guys.
yeah. Okay.
Feeling good.
Agent M, you can
That's-
stop the video now.
Ending
We
on a high
appreciate it.
note.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
To the camera.
Don't
Bye-bye.
play this game. That was terrible.
Oh,
Cool.
oh
Thank
my
you.
gosh.
Thank you,
That's
Codename M.
skunk.
I can smell it.
All right.
Fuck
That was
that.
15 minutes plus.
Yeah, I saw it.
I could
We're
smell
still
it too.
recording, so I
All
got
right.
your voice on that recording.
I hit the stop.
So
Yeah, I know. No, I'm saying this.
it's barf versus skunk. And we don't know what each other one tastes, but
Yeah.
I can say hands down, the rotten egg was horrible, but barf literally made me want to.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, I've never been so happy to get black licorice.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I've never liked black licorice. I am now a fan.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I think barf was a little bit
Oh,
worse.
so-
yeah, we're still recording,
Oh.
so I
Did you
got
get
to
alright?
end this episode at some
I
point.
curse on
I
accident.
got the
Oh,
egg.
whatever.
Oh.
whatever.
I got
So
the
you got the
egg.
egg,
I
the
got
barf,
barf and
the black licorice.
the black licorice.
So
Sorry, the skunk.
So which one? So rate those worst to least worst. Who's number one? Worst one.
Worst one, barf. Then I would have to say rotten egg and then skunk.
You didn't get the barf. You keep pointing at the black ones, but you did not
He
get
could
the barf.
smell it.
I can smell the.
I
on
can
his
smell
breath.
it, but you don't understand. As soon as you crack the shell on that barf one,
You're done.
Ugh,
Okay. Well.
wheezy.
Anyways, so now we'll do our nice little outro here.
Jesus.
So
I've got to get me some cinnamon trident after.
so you can follow us on Twitter, VAHOMA_podcast, or I am at VAH_annihilator, ANNIHIL8R. Andrew is at
Metal Blade 85. No spaces, unlike my gamer tag, which has a space after Metal Blade. But yeah, Twitter, no
That's
spaces.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was a good idea. However many years ago to put a space after Metal Blade. I guess I was
Yeah.
trying to be grammatically correct somehow.
You're trying to be correct. Bert, he can be found at MudDauber24.
Yeah, Mud Dauber 24.
Chris is Hank Nova 316, though he doesn't actually use it.
I'm not a big Twitter user.
So we gotta fix that for you.
I check my Twitter. I go
Yeah.
on and see what Nathan Fillion is doing, but that's pretty much it.
I can say anything.
If you follow
Would be
me,
nice.
you're,
I
gonna,
needed to check my Twitter.
you're gonna get nationals like retweets is pretty much what you get from me.
Well, lately I've been.
I heard that. I'm trying to move on.
Wait. What?
Okay. We actually just launched our website as well. VAHOMApodcast.com. You can go there. We're still building it, structuring it, trying to get it right. There's an about page for us. Lists all our gamer tag, Twitch, Twitter, all that fun
PSN.
stuff. Listed PSN if you have it. I'm probably the only one here that has PSN.
I have one. I just forgot what it is, and I don't
yeah.
have a PlayStation.
You'll
I just have.
You'll just do the VH
Yeah.
one kind of
Yeah,
thing.
that
So,
makes sense.
to match me. And then we will, so we'll be back
Get
next
these
month at
jelly
some
beans
point,
away from
and
me.
we'll talk about it again. Hope you enjoyed. This has been a great episode, I think.
Thanks, guys, for listening.
And thank
Yep.
you.
Thanks
everyone.
for-
Same.
Thanks for
Bye.
listening.
Bye.
Bye.